Welcome back to our course. We will study conditions. We will start from the basic conditional statement, if condition. The syntax if. If condition is true, then execute the code following. We will proceed then with if-else statements, if-else statements, and we will have a quick idea on one-line condition, which is conditional expression. Let's start with the basic conditional statement. We have a variable, price of the orange equals 50. And we want to have a condition if the price of the orange is less than or equal to 50, and we must end the statement line with a colon, we will print buy 4 kilos. Between quotations, this is a good price. Let's buy many kilos, say 4 kilos of oranges, of course. Let's have our run now. And yes, it prints by 4 kilos. So if the price of orange is 40, of course, it is still less than or equal to 50. And therefore, we will buy 4 kilos. It's a good price. But if the price is 60, say, and we run, we get no output. Instead of giving the value, we will make the user input the value. So let's write input between quotations, enter the price of orange. Colon, and let's have a space here. There's one great issue about the input here. Input in Python accepts only strings. So even if you intend to input a number to express an integer or a float, Python only will recognize it as a string. So let's, before the input here, specify that it is a float, say. And we have our bracket here and a bracket to close at the end. Now, if we run, it asks for the price of orange. Let's enter 40, whatever the units are. Yes, it prints by 4 kilograms because the input is below 50. Let's have those as a comment. And let's try to have if-else statement. So we have here, if price of orange less than or equal 50, we will buy 4 kilos, but if the price is greater than 50, we will buy only 2 kilograms as we won't be able to afford all of this. So we just print else. We go to Shift Tab to print our else, and we must end it with a colon. We will print between quotations by 2 kilos only. And let's have our run now. If we input 60, then we will buy 2 kilos only. But if we have another run and input 30, say, we will buy 4 kilos. Let's have those to be a comment and start trying if-else statement. Let's have here if price of orange is less than 50 and remove this equal. Print 4 kilos, and let's have another statement here with our Shift Tab. If we will put our condition. the price of orange is equal to, and mind putting two equal signs, 50, and our colon, we will buy 3 kilos. So let's have here between our quotations, buy 3 kilos. What does this mean? If the price of orange is less than 50, yes, it is a very good price for us. We will buy many kilos, 4 kilos. If it's just equal to 50, we will buy 3. Other than this, we will not afford to buy many kilos, so it says else print buy 2 kilos only. Let's have our run here, and we will enter the price of the orange. If the price is 70, we will buy 2 kilos. Another run, if the price is just 50, we will buy 3 kilos. If the price is, say, 45, we will buy the 4 kilos we want. Let's have this as a comment and try something else. Now let's try our one-line condition. We have the price of the orange being input by the user. Enter the price of the orange. Let's have our one-line condition, which is if the price of the orange is less than 50, this is the condition we want. Let's execute the code given before it, which is print by our 4 kilos. By 4 kilos. Otherwise, which is else here, print by 3 kilos. So this is really how it goes. We have our code to be executed, code 1 to be executed. If condition is fulfilled, if it's not fulfilled, else we execute code 2. This is our syntax. To have our run here, if we enter 50 kilos of oranges, which is not less than 50, it will print code 2 by 3 kilos. We will go deeper into this in future. Let's have another example now. Let's delete all the above and have a new example. Let's now have a project on evaluating students' grades. So we start by getting the student score from the student. As we did before, we have our variable score equals float, input, enter the student score, and let's have the student score between 0 and 100 and point it out to the user to input correctly. Let's now determine the grade using conditions. We will use if else conditions. And of course, it was pointed out previously that we use this float because input accepts only strings. So whenever you enter a number intended to be a float or an integer, you must specify it here. In other words, you must cast the string input by the user to a float or an integer, whichever you want here. So let's start by pointing out to the program that if the user makes a mistake and enters the score greater than 100 or the score less than 0, he made a mistake. And therefore, we must point it out to the user that it is an invalid score and tell him invalid score, and please enter the score between 0 and 100. But if the score is greater than or equal to 90, so let's have a shift tab here and use our L if score is greater than or equal to 90 and have our colon here, then we must print that he is excellent. So between quotations, excellent. And let's have grade is A and encourage him with an excellent. But if the score is just above 80, and if score greater than or equal to 80, the grade is B and he's just very good. If the score is greater than or equal to 70, the grade is C and he is good. Also, we'll have something else, a more if the score is greater than or equal to 60, the grade is D, and the student is fair. Let's have our last probability here using the else. And our colon, enter to have a new line, print grade is F, and let's encourage him. He failed. Try again. Let's have our run. Let's enter, say, 200. It's a mistake. Then it gives invalid score. Enter score between 0 and 100. Let's have another run here and input, say, 65. It will go to the option of greater than or equal to 60. Greater than or equal to 60 and print grade is D, fair. What really happens here is that the program tries to have a condition fulfilled. It passes through the first if it's not fulfilled, it goes to the second condition, if not fulfilled, and so on. As it encounters the first fulfilled condition, it executes what is in its block here. This concludes with our if condition. We studied if condition basic, if else, if else, and had a quick idea about the one line condition.